Hello friends, welcome back to our CCNA 200-301 series. Already we finished our series, but as per our student request, we are doing one big real lab. So in this one, before we discuss what we are going to do, so in this video we are going to cover some more part of that lab. So once again I welcome you all to our YouTube channel Networkforyou, and if you did not subscribe to our channel, and if you have any doubts, any question, you can write in the comments and share with your friends. So as last time we discussed, we are going to do this lab. This lab is not there in our syllabus. This is a lab just for your knowledge purpose, just to have the idea how the network is working in the organization. So we design, and in our previous video we already discussed, in this place we can put the firewall also, or we can keep here or here, as we did not discuss firewall, as we don't have in our CCNA syllabus firewall in detail, so we did not keep. But in a real scenario, you can imagine this will be the firewall where we will do the NAT as well as ACL we will do. Depending upon the different types of organization, different types of design, they can keep in this place as a firewall, or in here they can introduce a firewall, like that, depending upon the network design, however is designed in your organization. So no issue. We can understand this one. So as before we discussed, this is a internet service provider 1, this is a internet service provider 2. So we have two internet service provider providing the internet to our organization, and we are running HSRP in between here, HSRP here. So if any link go down, automatically the gateway will change and the traffic will go like this, as we discussed before. So now what we will do, first of all, what I will do, I will put this switch to switch connection, whatever ports we are connected switch to switch, I will put that all ports in the trunk. So this one I will keep in the trunk, this all ports. After that we will do VTP. You know the VTP we use to move the or transfer the VLAN. Example, if I want to create VLAN here, any VLAN in this switch, automatically it will go to all the switch. No need to go individually and create the manually. If you want, you can do individually, manually also, we learn already in our series. But in case if you want, if you create here, automatically it will need to go to other switches. We can run VTP. With the help of VTP, all the VLANs will move to all other switch. So let me write steps what we are going to do here, so you will have the idea. Let me take here I will write. First of all, what we will do, first thing, we need to identify the ports. We need to identify the port, which port is connected to switch, and we will put that port in the trunk. Why we will put the trunk? Because multiple VLAN can transfer from the trunk. Example, as we discussed before, we have many VLAN here, right? We have many VLAN here. If you see here, we have VLAN 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30, 40, 50. So I want to send multiple VLAN from switch to switch, then we need to make that port as a trunk, as we discussed before. So what I will do, step 1, let me write step 1 here in this configuration. Identify, or we will identify ports connected to switch and put in trunk. First step we will do like this. Then second step we will create the VTP we will create. Third step we will create VLAN. Okay, we will create VLAN. So VLAN will move to all the other switch. And then second step we will do, what we will do, SVI, switch virtual interface, to make the inter VLAN between the switches. And then after that, what we will do, like SVI is finished and VTP is finished. Then what we can do, we can write DHCP server, we can do DHCP, and then DHCP configuration we can do, so our PCs can get the automatically IP address. Then we will do that one. After DHCP, what we will do, like HSRP. Why we are writing HSRP? To have the two gateway. One, if one gateway is faulty, like if internet connection from the one ISP is faulty, automatically our PCs will access the internet of our second service provider, from the second service provider. So we will do this one, and after that one we can We can move steps up and down, no issue. Just I am writing whatever I am planning to do here. Let's see what we can move also. After that we can configure OSPF in what we can say core switch and gateway. In between the core switch and the gateway we can do this OSPF configuration, and then we can set up the ISP router also. In real time we did not set up the ISP router. ISP will do that one, but anyhow in our lab purpose we will do that one also, ISP router. And other thing what we have, we will see if we do the Wi-Fi is like WLC controller, but that is not necessary to do. Actually we are learning here concept, how it is working and how it is doing. We want to learn all the concept in this one. So already we done in our maybe 5th or 6th class, we already done how to set up WLC controller. So we can follow, or we will see, no problem. Maybe we will create 2-3 video and do that one also, but anyhow we will see, and we need to set up remaining. We will see what else we can set up. Okay, so these are the my plan to do this one. So I already taken the IP address. I taken this IP 192.168.1.1 to this switch. That is a core switch, that is multi-layer switch from here to here. And this one is our router, the gateway router. This IP I am going to assign here. I already planned this one and I keep here. If you see here, let me show you what IP I taken for this lab. This is the ISP IP. This is another ISP. This is our IP. This is a public IP. ISP give us the public IP. This is this interface. This is the optical fiber link we receive from the internet service provider, and this is the public IP we receive from the internet service provider. We are going to configure on this router. This router is our router. In this router we are going to configure that IP here, and we are going to configure default route. So whatever traffic we are getting from all our network, we will forward to ISP, and this is ISP. This one we are going to configure, and maybe we will do one loop back 8.8.8, so we can ping from our network. And other thing here, I taken this IP here in this interface and this IP in this interface. Same thing here also like this, and this is IP as we discussed, this one for this interface, this one for this interface. Okay, anyhow when we do, you will understand more and more clear. So what I will do, first of all, let me write here the steps. After that we will have the idea about the steps. So I will write here, let me go here and write the configuration, or I will write, because many guys are asking me to give the configuration. So it is better if I write everything in the notepad, then I will copy paste, so it will be very easy for everyone. So I can forward you the configuration also. So let me write here, let me move this little up. I will write here core layer switch 1. This is I am saying core layer switch 1 configuration. Okay, configuration like this. So whatever configuration we are going to do in this switch, I am going to paste here. I am going to type here, then after that I am going to copy and paste in this switch. So first of all, what I discussed, we need to enable the routing in this one, because we are going to run the OSPF in this interface. So I will write here IP routing to enable the routing. This command one, as we already discussed before, to enable the IP routing in our layer 3 switch, we need to write the command IP routing. So I wrote that one. And then next thing, if you see, we have this IP address need to assign here, this IP address need to assign here. So we can write like this also. Let me write here, I will write the comments also. Connectivity, connecting or connectivity between or something, just to understand. Let me write connectivity between gateway. I will write gateway 1, because this is a gateway 1. If you see here, I am calling this one as a gateway. So gateway 1 and the core layer switch. So I will write an core layer switch. The CLWS, the one which I am saying, this one CLWS core switch 1, like this I will write. Okay, so here I am going to write whatever the connectivity between this one configuration I am going to do. So for this one, I will see the port. What is the port here? If you see here, port for this one, if you see gigabyte 1/0/7, this is a port whatever is connected to our gateway. So I will go this interface and I am going to assign the IP address. What IP address I am going to assign? This IP address. Okay, so let me write the configuration. Let me open the notepad. Already I open here. So what I will do, I will go, let me write interface G 1/0/7. This is the interface. Okay, why I am saying this one, G1/0/7. I will go inside this interface. Then I will write no switch port, because this is a multi-layer switch, so we need to write no switch port to make this to assign the IP address. And then I will write IP address. Then whatever IP address we are planning, we will write 192.168.1.1. Okay, then I will write 255.255.255.0, and then we will write no shut. Okay, so this one, this IP address we assign here. Okay, and here if you see here, this part we done only one part, other part we need to do the below part. So what I will do below part, we need to check the port, all the ports whatever is here we have to put in the trunk. So what I will do, like directly we can check here the port we have. This is a G1/0/1, and if you see here, this is G1/0/2. Like this we can see, or we have the CDP. I think you know the CDP already we cover in our syllabus. Cisco Discovery Protocol is used to discover the neighbors. So this switch, I will go here, I will write show CDP neighbor, and if you see I have the neighbor here. How many neighbor I am getting? 1 2 3 4 5 6 neighbor I am having here. If you see, this link is connected 1 2 3 4. Okay, 1 2 3 4 here, and 5 6. So I will put this all in the trunk. Okay, did you understand or any confusion what I am doing? Two way you can do this one. Just see the port number, physically go in your server room and check all the ports wherever this cable is connected, or in real organization we will have the layout. You will follow the layouts, but sometime layouts will be not up to date. Maybe because of some troubleshooting they will change the port, but did not update in the layout, so we will have some issue. So what we will do in real time, we will type the command show CDP neighbor, and we will check whatever neighbor is connected. If you see here it is showing the access layer switch 4 3 2, this 3 that is access layer switch 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 are connected to this interface, and we have connected to the core layer switch port also. This is a core layer switch 2 connected to this 2 interface with the 2 link. So directly I can take this all ports and put in the trunk. Okay, any confusion? Or if you want to check, you can physically check one by one, move the switch here and there and check which cable is connected, and you can use that one, or you can use the Cisco Discovery Protocol to check which interface is connected to which device. Okay, so now what I will do, I will here I will write where is our configuration. Let me write here. So let me divide this one, because here this all are for the from here we are saying the between connectivity between the gateway and core. So whatever connectivity we are doing, we will write in this one. Now I will do this to all other internal network, from this switch to internal network. So that's why I divide this one. So let me do here the configuration. I will write, if you remember, we will write interface range. We use the command range. If you remember, if we want to use multiple ports, if you want to do any configuration for the multiple ports, we will write the command range. So what I am doing, interface range, then I will do G1/0/1-6. If you see here, G1/0 we have, then starting from 1 2 3, see here G1/0/1, and here is 2, here is 3, here is 4, here is 5, here is 6. So I can take all this port together by using this command interface range. From this to this, I selected all this one. Then I need to write the command switch port. If you remember this one, switch port trunk encapsulation. If you remember, because this is the layer 3 switch, we need to write this command encapsulation.1q. I hope you remember this. If you forget, no problem, you can watch our video before we already uploaded in the YouTube. You can watch that one. So with that one you will have the idea. We use this command switch port trunk encapsulation .1q to put the multi-layer switch in that multi-layer switch ports in the trunk. After that we will write switch port mode trunk. Okay, so with these commands our switch port, all the ports whatever I selected will move in the trunk. Now we will do the VTP configuration. How we will do? Let me write here VTP configuration. Inside this switch configuration, here how we will write? We already finished this one VTP also topic in our previous video in our series, so you can check that one also. But anyhow, if you want to create any VTP configuration, just you need to write VTP domain and any domain name. So I will give Networkforyou. Okay, so this is the VTP domain already created. Then we can do the VLAN. Whatever VLAN you want to do, you can create the VLAN. So what I will do, I will write VLAN configuration. I am writing this heading to understand for you. Actually, for our student purpose, I am writing this heading, what I am doing and what we are doing here. After that, if you see here, whatever VLAN we have here, we can copy this one. VLAN 10 name is the server, VLAN 20 that is voice, VLAN 30 is the video, and VLAN 40 for the wireless, VLAN 50 for the management. So I will copy this one. Okay, and then I will keep this one in the notepad. Whatever VLANs we need to create, I will write here. Okay, I hope till here no confusion, no issue. If you have any issue, let me know. Anyhow, let's copy this configuration and go in the switch and write in the switch first. So first of all, when we open the switch, we will write enable, then we will go in the config T. I will change the host name. What is the host name? This one is the core layer switch, right? So I will write core layer switch 1. This is the name I wrote, and then this is the interface I selected. So I will copy like this. I will copy this one. Till here I am copying, I am putting the ports. So if you see here, I will right click, I will paste the configuration. So here if you see, I change the everything and I put the configuration. No issue. If you want to check now the switch is in the trunk mode or not, whatever ports are the switch ports are in the trunk mode or not, if you want to cross check that one, you can do that one also by using the command show interface trunk. If you put here show interface trunk, it will show you this is a gigabyte 1 0 by 1 0 by 2 3 4 5 6 all are in the trunk. Status is the trunk, means all are in the trunking mode and all are in the VLAN 1, because we did not change any, we did not create any VLAN and did not put any VLAN, and they are using encapsulation 802.1q. so this is okay, so no issue. Whatever we done till now, it is okay. So what I will do now, our configuration, next configuration, if you remember, now we need to create the VTP. I will copy this VTP and then I will go here. We created already the ports are in the trunk. Now I need to go in the global configuration mode. I will paste the VTP command here. I will changing the VTP domain name from null to Networkforyou. Before we don't have any VTP. Now we have the VTP domain and it will be creating. And if you want to check, you can check also here. If you want to check, you will write do show VTP status. Okay, if you see here what it is giving here, Networkforyou. If you see here, VTP domain name is Networkforyou. Just now it is changed, so now we can check automatically. It will move in the all switch. So go to this switch and we can check in this switch also VTP domain is came or not. Automatically it will come because all ports are in the trunk. So I will write show VTP status. And if you see here, already it is also having the Networkforyou in the switch 1. Then access layer switch, we are going in access layer switch 2, and I will check here also what is the command in I will paste here. We need to check show VTP status. Show VTP status. If you see here also Networkforyou. So already it is moved from access layer switch 1, access layer switch 2, and here access layer switch 3. If you want me to check in the access layer switch 4 also, we can check. Here is the, we will write show VTP status, and if you see we have already Networkforyou. VTP we have like client, server, and transparent, but here we are not doing that one. Just here we are doing a lab scenario, and I am using the common standard one. If we want to see more in detail for the VTP, we already upload the video in our series. You can see there one there. Okay, so in the access layer 3 also we have. Now I will go in the access layer 4 to verify that one we have or not. Now I will go in the access layer 4. I will write here show VTP status. If you see show VTP status, here also we have the this one VTP domain. So all switches is having the VTP. So if I go in this switch and create VLAN, automatically it will move to all other switches. So now I will go here, I will write I will go in this one, I will check here also do we have or not. In the core layer switch I will write show VLAN, not VLAN, show VTP status. If you see here also we have the VTP status Networkforyou. If you remember, we created only in this switch. If you remember here, if you let me show you, if you remember here in this switch only, the core layer switch, this is a core layer switch 1. We can say core switch 1, we created only in this switch. Automatically it moved to this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Same thing, now we are going to create the VLAN here. Automatically it will also going to copy here, 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 and here with the help of VTP, because we are using VTP protocol. This one VTP, with the help of VTP, automatically VLANs is going to copy from this switch to all switch whatever is connected to him, and ports are in the trunk. If the ports are in the trunk, then automatically it is going to move that one. So now we will create the VLAN. So this is a configuration. We will create the VLAN. Let me copy. Already we discussed what is VLAN 10 and server, voice. Already we discussed. Now just I will copy and paste. In our previous video, I give the introduction about this network diagram. If you miss, you can watch that one. So now I will go in this switch. Let me open the switch and copy the VLAN, whatever VLAN we created. Okay. So I will go here. I will paste the VLAN. If you see here, all the VLANs are created. If you want to check, we will write show VLAN brief. And if you see here, we have all VLAN 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, and no ports are there because still we did not assign any port. Later we are going to assign that port. Now we created VLANs here. Now I will go to the access layer switch and I am going to check we have VLAN here or not. I will write show VLAN brief. If you see show VLAN brief, automatically this 5 VLAN created automatically. I created in this switch. If you remember, I created in this switch, not in this. I created in this switch, but automatically it came to this switch. If I check here also, it will come. Let me show you also more to switch, then we will do the other configuration. Let me open this one and type here show VLAN brief. So if you see here show VLAN brief, if you see here show VLAN brief, we have here also. So all VLANs are moved from here to here. Let me show you here also. In layer 3 we have or not show VLAN brief, we have here also. If you see this one, already we have this here also VLAN. So all VLANs are moved. Now we need to check and assign the ports also in the VLAN. We don't have our ports. We need to check and assign the ports also. Okay. Example, this one we need to put this port in the which VLAN, this one, which VLAN, this one. Okay, you remember or no? Whatever the PCs are connected, you need to check. Example, if you see here, we wrote this is a VLAN 10. This is a VLAN 10, so we need to put all the PCs, whatever servers are present in this one, that switch level, switch port will be in the VLAN 10. Same thing here, this is VLAN 50, we need to put here, this one we need to put in the VLAN, whatever VLAN we have here, which VLAN we are saying, VLAN 40. So we need to do the port level configuration also. We are going to do that one also, no issue, but step by step we are going to do that one. So next configuration what we will do means, if you remember our notepad, let me open what we done and what is still pending. So we created the VLAN, and now we will do the SVI, switch virtual interface, we are going to create. And before that one, it is good if we assign the ports also to the ports also to the VLAN. So let me write the comments how we can assign the ports, and after that we are going to do SVI also. Okay, so if you see here, we need to assign the ports. So let me open this notepad, and here let me write whatever ports. So I will give heading like assign switch port for end devices to VLANs. Something we will change heading later just to have the idea. In this one we are going to assign access. I wrote access assigning switch port for the end device as per VLAN, end devices to VLAN to as per VLAN or as per VLAN. We will see the headings, we will change later. So now I want to say you that I want to assign these ports. Example, if you see port F0/3, F0/4, and if you see this one F0/3, I have 3 ports, but for this switch I need to take only these 2 ports, F0/3 and F0/4. This 2 port I need to put in the VLAN 10. So how we are going to put in the VLAN 10? Let me write here the access layer switch configuration also. If we want to write, we can write that one also, like access layer switch configuration separately, and we can assign that one also. So what I can do, access layer switch 1 here, example, let me write here assigning a switch port, or simple words I will write access layer switch configuration. Okay, access layer switch configuration for the access layer switch 1. So I wrote access layer switch 1. Okay, this is a switch 1. If you see here, I wrote ALS1, access layer switch 1, ALS1. So I will write in the notepad also access layer, let me access layer switch 1. Okay, so this is a switch 1. In this switch 1 I need to do some configuration. I need to put this port F0/3 and F0/4 in the VLAN 10, because this all block is for the VLAN 10, that is VLAN 10 is nothing but server. So what I will do, I will write here access interface. We need to write, if you remember, if you want to take multiple interface, then we will write interface range F0/3 -4. -4 means all the interface whatever from 3 and 4 both are come. Then we will write switch port access VLAN. Which VLAN we have here? VLAN 10, right? If you remember, we can write switch port access VLAN 10. This is a switch port F0/3. This is F0/4. So I went in the interface range F0/3/4, and I want to put this one switch port mode, switch port access VLAN 10. Like this we can do, and we can write switch port mode access. Let me show you that one also. If you have any confusion, write in the comments, no issue, but I hope you will not have any confusion, because this is a simple whatever we are doing. Before we already covered this one also. Okay, so I will write switch port mode access. These 2 comments we will write to put in that mode. So this is for access layer switch 1. This is done. Now I can do for the access layer switch 2, access layer switch 3, access layer switch 4. Okay, any confusion? Nothing, right? So what I will do, I will copy this whole thing. So if you see, now I will do for the access layer switch 2. This is a access layer switch 2, and I have only one port F0/3. So I will copy this one. Let me copy this whole thing and put enter and paste here. I will write this one access layer switch 2, access layer switch 2. And if you see here, I will write the port, what port I have, access layer F0/3, and VLAN, what VLAN, same thing. So this configuration remains same. Okay, No issue, right? Now I will do same thing for access layer 3. This is one I am calling access layer 3. So what port? If you see port F0 by 3, and if you see this PC also F0 by 4. So same configuration, but I have this one I will take from here to here. I will copy and paste, and then I will paste here, and I will change this to the access layer 3. This is the switch 3, and if you see we have the VLAN 50. If you see here we have VLAN 50 here. So I will change this one into VLAN 50. If you go here and change the VLAN 50. Okay, so till here finish. Access layer switch 1, access layer switch 2, access layer switch 3 is finished. Now I will see access layer switch 4. Okay, so what I will do, I will copy this whole thing, whatever we do for 3, and I will paste here. We will change this access layer switch 4, and we will see whatever the interface we have. If you see this one 0 by 3, and if you see this one 0 by 4, and if you see this one 0 by 5. So we have 0 by 3, 0 by 4, 0 by 5. So I can write here let me move this one, access layer 4, 0 by 3, 0 by 4, 0 by 5. So I can write from 3 to 5. And whatever VLAN I have here, VLAN 20. So I can write here 20. Any confusion? No confusion, I think, because this one already we know that this is a range. We use the range command by using the interface range F0 by starting from which number and ending from which number we wrote. We already discussed in our series this one. So this one already finished for the configuration for what we call the access layer switches. So now I will copy and paste in the switches. I will copy this one, or if you want, let me copy here. I will go in this access layer switch. First of all, I will go in the global configuration mode, and I will paste the configuration. Let me paste the configuration. This one done, no error, nothing. And I will go to the notepad. I will take for the access layer switch 2 also this one, and then I will go to this interface, this new other switch, and here I will paste, and let me check any error, anything, nothing, no error. So this is the switch 2 also finish. Now I need to copy for the switch 3. If you see here, this is for the switch 3, and I will go to the switch 3. I will go in the global configuration mode. Let me move this little more so you can easily see. I will paste here, no error, and this one also done. And I will go here. This is a switch 4. Switch 4. I will go here. I will write. I will go in the global configuration mode. I will do this configuration for the switch 4. Okay, switch 4. I done this one also, switch 4. So if you see configuration done for the access layer switch also, if you want to check also, we can check. We can go here. Let me write show VLAN brief. If you see VLAN 10, we have this port in this switch. And if you go here in this switch also, let me show you. We show VLAN brief. If you see here also, we have only this one server, that is VLAN 10. As I told you, one only, this one. So we finished that one. Now what we can do, we can configure DHCP server here, and then we can do what we call SVI also. So to do the DHCP server, how we will do, it is simple. Before we done already, but anyhow, let me write here configuration so you will have the idea. So where I will do, this is the access layer switch configuration. Let me divide this one. This is access layer switch, and this one is the VLAN. This is a layer 3 switch, right? This is a layer 3 switch configuration. So I will do here VLAN. After VLAN I will do here DHCP configuration. So what I will do here, let me do here what I will do. Let me write here DHCP pool, or I will write DHCP configuration. Let me write DHCP configuration for all VLANs, whatever VLANs we created. So I will write the IP DHCP pool. We have this command, if you remember, POOL pool, and we need to give any name, but we will use same name whatever we are using. We use server for VLAN 10, so I will use server also. So easy for troubleshooting. In case in future if we have any issue, anything, we can check whatever VLAN name, same name we give to the DHCP pool also, DHCP name also. So easily we can track and we can check that one. Okay, so now we have the command default. If you remember, this is default root or default router, and we need to give the IP whatever the gateway IP. So I will give 10.3 and I will write here network, and I will write 192.168 and I will write 10.0 and 255.255.255.0. okay, this is a configuration for one VLAN, that is a server VLAN DHCP configuration for server VLAN. I will copy this one. I will do same thing for the other VLAN. The other here, if you see second one, what we give the name voice, right? That is VLAN 20 and voice. So I will change here to voice. I will write voice, and here we give as a 20. If you remember, we give as a 20. I will write 20 here, and here also we need to change 20. If you have confusion how we are configuring DHCP, you can watch the video. We already covered this topic, so from watching that video will help you to understand this one. Okay, this one again I will copy and I will paste here. I will change here voice to what is next here, video. Yeah, video and 40. Video and 40, no. First of all, we finish the server, and voice we finish. So we have the video, that is 30. So I will write here. Let me write video, and here will be 30. This will be 30 and this will be 30. And okay, if you remember why I am giving .3 this one, because I am going to create the HSRP. If you see, I have 192.168 1.1 here, and what I am going to use either in different place. If you see, I am going to use the like HSRP, I am going to use .3. So in the .3 means the what I can say, the logical default gateway when we are going to create with the HSRP. In that one I am going to use this IP. That's why I am taking .3. Anyhow, I will do that one also. I will show you that also. Okay, no worries. So now video is finished. So I will copy and paste that one also here. Now we will do video, then we will do what is other video. After video, if you see video, then wireless, that is 40. So I will write wireless, and here I will create 40. Let me write 40, and here also 40, and I will copy this whole thing. I will copy and I will go here and I will paste here. After wireless, what we have management. Let me copy from here directly. Management, last one is management, and I think this is 50. I am taking the 50 here. So this is a DHCP configuration for this in this switch. We can do this one. So I will copy this DHCP from here to here, or we can do one by one also, so no confusion for you. Let me take this one. I will go in this switch. Let me go in the global configuration mode and do that one. I will go in the enable, then config T, then I will paste the configuration here. Okay, so this DHCP one is finished. Now I will exit this, and then I will copy the second DHCP also, or let me copy all and run all that one. Okay, so let me take all, copy here and paste here whatever is remaining. So all are okay. All configuration for DHCP done. If you want to check, you can check, show, run. You can get the all the DHCP whatever we configure in the run also, and DHCP is configured here. So now if you go here where desktop, and here if you select the DHCP, automatically you should get the IP address. So we will see that one, and we need to do some more configuration also. So still it is taking time because just now I loaded. So meanwhile we will do other configuration also. DHCP we finish. Now we need to create SVI also, and we need to create HSRP. So we will do that one also. If you see here where I wrote the step, this one we done, this one we done, this one we done, this one we done. I did not done SVI. I will do SVI, then I will do HSRP. Okay, So let me check here, still it is working, or after SVI we will check this one. I think we will have no issue still, because it will take some time also. Meanwhile, I will do the SVI switch virtual interface, because I did not created the SVI here. So now let me do that one, where I will do, let me, here only we will do here, before DSCP I will do here. So I will write here, let me write SVI switch virtual interface configuration. I will write SVI, then what I will do, I will do the configuration for the SVI. If you remember, we need to create the SVI. Then how we will create, we will write interface VLAN 10, interface VLAN 10, and then we need to give the IP address, whatever IP 192.168 10.1 and 255.255.255.0, and then no shut. Let me explain you what IP I am using here. If you remember, here just now I created DSCP, and if you see in the server I am taking 10, and voice I am taking as a 20, and here video I am taking 30, wireless I am taking 40, management 50, as we agree before. And so same thing here also, for the VLAN 10 I am using 10. So this one SVI for VLAN 10, same thing I can copy and paste here for VLAN 20 also. So I will create VLAN 20, this one. This is SVI switch virtual interface. If you remember, in our video we done this one also. Individual all topics we cover. Now we are doing one big lab, that is a real lab, by mixing all the thing. So this is 30, here also 30. Okay, and if you see here, I will do here, this is 40, I will do here 40. Okay, so how many, till 40, right? Total we have 50, VLAN 50, so we need to do one more. So let me do here, that is VLAN 50, and here also 50. Let's see anything I miss. This is a SVI configuration I wrote, and interface VLAN 10. We need to go to the interface, whatever interface we are saying, like VLAN. If we have VLAN 10, VLAN inside the VLAN, and we will assign the IP address. We will write no shut. For VLAN 20 we need to do same thing, and VLAN 30, 40, 50. So this is SVI switch virtual interface. So what I will do, I will copy this all, and then I will go in this switch. This all configuration I am doing for the core layer switch 1. We need to do same thing for core layer switch 2 also. Later we will do that one also. Okay, so now I will copy this one, I will go inside this switch. Let me paste that configuration here also. Let me move this here and see. Let's see, I will go in the global configuration mode. Now let me paste this SVI. If you see here, no error, nothing, everything is okay, or VLAN everything is gone up. And let me save the configuration, because from long time I did not save the configuration. And also let me save this topology also, sometime it will have issue. So let me save. Okay, so what we done, if you see here, we done VTP, we done VLAN, we done SVI, we done DSCP. We need to do HSRP. But before doing HSRP, let's see this one is working or not. And HSRP 192.168.10.2. okay, so this one is working. If you see 192.168.10.2, so this is the VLAN 10, right? VLAN 10, that's why we done 10.2, this server IP. Or other way, you can go in the command prompt and you can write IP config. So here what IP you get the IP 192.168.10.2. so let's go to the here, this department PC, and check you are getting or not with the DSCP, the IP address. DSCP request successful, that is 50.2. this is get 50.2, because this is from the VLAN 50, this all department. So 50.2, let's me try ping from this PC to this PC and check we are able to ping or not. Ping 192.168.10. What is the IP for this server? 10.2. So 10.2, and here from here I'm going maybe different PC. Let me check. Yeah, 10.2. So I will type 10.2 and let me check we are able to ping or not. I am pinging from here, this PC, and going the signal here and here. I am pinging inside the network. Okay, let's see. We need to do troubleshooting also. If we have any issue, anything, we need to look that one. This is a 10. Different VLANs. Let's see here. First of all, ping 192.168 50.1 or 2. This PC 50.2, I think. This server is 50.2, or this PC 10.2. Here, let me check the IP address for this one. IP config. If you see here, I don't have IP 50.2, and here I am pinging from 50.2. Request timeout. First of all, we will check same VLAN we can ping or not. Okay, so let me go here in the desktop here and go in the DSCP. Let me get the IP address. I get 10.3. This is 10.3 and this is 10.2. So let me ping from 10.3 to 10.2. 192.168 10.2. I think this one is yeah. So see here, if you see here, different VLAN is able to communicate. Same VLAN is able to communicate, different VLAN is unable to communicate. Okay, if you see here, we are using let me show you what is the IP address for my PC. 10.3. This is a 10.3. Okay, so I will go here, I will go in the command prompt. From the 10.3 I am pinging to 10.2 and reply is coming from the same VLAN. It is working. And if you see here also, let me show for this server. Let me go in the desktop, check the IP. Let me put all in the DSCP. So I got 10.4 here, and this one already I have IP. This one already I have IP. And if you go in this place, let's see, this one already I will get the PC. We already get 20.2, and let me go here, put to the automatic DSCP, and here, and then here let me go and put the DSCP. Okay, and here if you see, yeah, we have IP here. Okay, so now what we done, let me check from pinging from this PC to this PC, because both are in the same VLAN. So let me see what is the IP address here. This IP is to 192.168.50.2. so I will ping from here. This IP is what, 50.2, and this is 20. So this is different department. These are different department, these are different department. Here let me see, 20.3, this is 20.3, and this is 20.2. so let me ping from here, 20. Here IP config to check the IP address. This IP address is 192.168.20.2. let me ping 192.168 20.3. so they are pinging PC2. This PC is pinging with the different PC. So all same VLANs are communicating. So till now our configuration is okay. Same VLAN is communicating, and we have all the configuration. Now we will do HSRP, and then we will do the OSPF here, and then we will do the default routes in this one also. Okay, any confusion? If you have any confusion, you can write in the comments, no problem. And now what I done, I configure the DSCP also. If you see here, what I done till here, VTP we done VLAN, we done SVI, we done DSCP. Now we need to do HSRP, and then this one, these three things we need to do. Maybe video become very lengthy, so what I can do, I can I can mute the, maybe I can stop the video, but after HSRP we will stop the video and we will do remaining in the next video. What you suggest? Or if you want me to do everything in one video, I can do also, no problem. So let's do the HSRP. So I will go here in this configuration, and here I can write the HSRP where I created the SVI. So let me, after SVI, let me create the HSRP here. So let me write here. I will divide the line here. I will write here. I will do here. Let me write HSRP, hot standby routing protocol. Router protocol. Some guys are saying routers, some guys are routing. So we will do that one. How we need to do this one? This is simple. We already finished this one. Interface VLAN 10. This is for VLAN 10. Then we need to write a standby, and the number we need to give. I will give the same, the number whatever we are using for VLAN, and then we need to write the IP address, whatever IP address we want to give as a default. So 192.168.10.3, as I want to give 10.3 as a logical, so I will write this one, and I will copy paste this one, and just we will change to 20, like same as we done before. Okay, for the second VLAN, then for third VLAN, like this we will do. Let me paste here, then we will change together all. How many VLAN we have? 5, right? So we will do this one for 5. 10. Okay, here we will change 20, and here we will change 20, and here we will change 20. Here we will change 30, and here we will change 30. Here we will change 30. Here we will change 40, and here we will change 40. Here we will change 40, and here we will change 50. Here we will change 50, and here we will change 50. Okay, so this is the interface VLAN 10 and standby. This is a logical IP we are creating, and here same thing, no issue. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So till 50 this is okay. This is a HSRP for gateway 1. This is the multi-layer switch 1. So here this one, then we will do same thing for here for the multi-layer switch 2, but later we will do. Now I will copy this one and I will paste in this switch. Okay, so till here to here. So let me copy this, and if you want to make always by what we can say, for VLAN 50 we need to make always this switch as a gateway, then we can change some setting and do that one also. But now no worries, we will do the straightforwards. Later we will see that one. Okay, so I will copy this one. I will go in the this switch. I will go here. Let me go here and go in the configuration, config T, and then I will paste here, and let's see HSRP. So HSRP also done. Let me save the configuration. I will write WR, and then let me save all the configuration. I will save all the switch configuration, else we will have a issue. WR here also. I will go here. I will save here also the all configuration. I will go here also. Let me save this configuration also. Okay, and then let me go here also. This one I already saved. Yeah, then I will go for the other switch. We will do here also. I save the configuration here also, this switch. Let me go here and save the configuration here also. So this one done. Now what I can do, let me try to ping from the here to till here. Let's see we can ping or not. From the our main aim is to go to the internet. Okay, so I will check if config. I have IP config. If config is for Linux, I don't have IP here. Let me check. I have IP, right? 192.50. So what I done here? Here, this one. Sorry, I saw the Bluetooth connection. So I have IP 50.2. So let me check ping 192.168.1.1. Let me see. I can ping this interface. Actually, this interface is down. We cannot ping. No reply will come. Okay, I need to up this interface, and we need to assign the IP address here. I did not assign the IP address, I think, and this interface is also down. That's why it is in red color. So anyhow, let me go here and do that one. Let me open the switch. I will go in this switch, okay, and I will go here. I will go in the config T, and before let me check show IP interface brief. If I see here show IP interface brief, nothing is assigned here, so I can assign that one. Let me assign here. This is a VLAN 10, 20, 30, 40. Everything is okay, right? No error, right? Is there anything issue? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. IP assign, everything is up, so no issue. What I can do, I will write this interface. Let me check this F1 by 0 by 7. So in this interface, let me write in the configuration. I think we wrote before, right? The configuration here, core layer switch. Okay, here this interface we need to write this one. Yeah, we wrote configuration. First of all, we will write IP routing, then we will go to this interface G1 by 0 by 7. We will write no switch port, and then I will write this IP address. So let me copy this one and let me go here. Let me go inside here. I will write IP routing. I will put this one, and then I will put that one. So this one I assign. I will write no shut. So let me see show IP interface brief. If you see here what we assign, this one, still it is showing down because the other end is still down. So we will go to this one and we will put the up for this one, gateway. So gateway configuration we did not wrote, so let me write. Where shall we write gateway? Let me write here. Let me do like this and write here the GW1 configuration. Okay, configuration. This one here I can write the configuration of the gateway, whatever gateway we have here. The interface, this interface F0 by 0, I need to assign this IP 192.168.1.2, and G40 by 2, I need to assign this IP. So I will go here and I will assign, no problem. So for gateway, let me write here this one. So here I can write, let me write here CONNEC, connectivity between. I wrote here already, let me check 1 minute. Connectivity between gateway, I wrote here. No, this is a gateway 1 to core switch. This is for core switch. Okay, here I will write connectivity between gateway 1 to core switch, from the gateway 1 to core switch. So here I will do I will go enable config T, then I will write here interface F0 by 0. Why I am writing F0 by 0? If you see here, this is F0 by 0. So I will write F0 by 0, then I will write IP address. I will write 192.168.1.2 and 255.255.255.0 and no shut. Okay, so let me copy this, or let me do one more configuration. I will go to the other interface this one G4 by 0 and IP address 37.43.138.149 255.0.0.0 and no shut. Okay, so these are the configuration. Let me copy and paste this one in that one. So I will go inside this router, and this is our gateway. So I will do here, let me paste the configuration here. If you see any error, nothing, right? So what I can do, I can save the configuration. I will see show IP interface brief. If you see, we assign to this one is up, this one is down because other end is down. So I will assign this one, but this one is the ISP responsibility. This is not our responsibility, but anyhow, let me do that one also. This one gateway to the core, actually this one gateway to core. Here let me copy and paste here. This one is gateway to ISP. Okay, so this is finished. Now I will write ISP1 configuration. Actually this one we will not do, ISP is responsible for this one, but anyhow in our lab we are doing. So I will write enable config T and then interface G. If you see here G4 by 0, so I will write G4 by 0, then I will write IP address 37.43.138.148, then 255.0.0.0, and then we write no shut, and I will create a loopback interface loop 0 IP address 8.8.8.8 just to have some loopbacks. Okay, and for loopback no need to give no shut. So this one is that one. I will take this, let me go to this router inside and assign the IP address to this router also. So I will let me copy and paste our configuration. If you see any error, nothing, let me check and save the configuration. So show IP interface brief. If you see here, now it is up, and this one is green, so no issue. I think if I can ping from here, let me check. I can ping this 1.1. yeah, so from this PC, if you see PC 0, from this one I can access till here. I need to check I can access this is here. We need to do the ACL NAT we need to do. Let me show you. If you remember our previous class, this one is our internal network. This are all are the public IP address, private IP address inside this all one. But here if you see, this is a public IP address. So public IP address, for that purpose we need to do here NAT, NAT, and first of all we need to do ACL to select that traffic, and then we need to do NAT. With that NAT it will access this one, and before that one this all need to be do the OSPF here. We need to run OSPF in our network here. So all the routes of or VLAN will move here, and then after that we can do ACL and we can do NAT, so we can access the internet 8.8.8. so maybe video become very lengthy, but in this video if you check from here, this is our internal network. From here we get the IP address from the DHCP server, and we use different technology, and we reach till here. We can access till here 1.1. I think 1.2 you cannot access because we need to run the routing protocol in between them. Anyhow, let's see. So what I am planning in next video, maybe in next week, we are going to do remaining. Okay, so let me show you the notepad whatever we done here till now. Let me, if you see here, let me show you. This one we done, this is already finished, and this one we already finished, this one finished, this one finished, this one done, this one done. This one is still pending, we need to do this one. And this ISP router we done already, this one we will do later. So only this one we need to do OSPF. And let me add one more point also here. What we need to do more thing means, we need to do after this one, let me copy this, step 8 we need to do some more. Step 8 here, this one, maybe this is 9, let me write here 9, this is 8, here 8 we will write NAT, NAT. We are going to do NAT, because with the help of NAT only the public private IP is going to translate into public IP, and then only they can access the internet. So till here it is no issue. I think VTP is working, LAN, this one VLAN is working, SVI is working, DHCP working, HSRP also configuration done. Now we need to do OSPF, and then we need to do NAT. So in our next video we will do that one, because it will take long time to cover in one video. So in next video we are going to do that one. Thanks a lot for watching our series. Subscribe to our channel, share with your friend who is interested in CCNA 200-301 series as well as in Python. Support us, share our YouTube channel link on your Facebook wall. Thank you, bye.